Hi, my name is Rebecca Frankoski. I teach second grade in New Jersey, and today I'm here to talk about how the brain learns to read, as well as the curriculum that I use in my school, which is called Reading Workshop, written by the Teachers College and Lucy Calkins. The publisher is Heinemann, and it was published in 2015. It's a curriculum that I've been using for 3 years, and I've received lots of professional development on this curriculum. So, one of the ways that the brain learns to read is through a very integrated and complicated process that develops at different rates for each individual child. One of the very important things in learning to read is an early exposure to language, both in the classroom and at home. Students need to start by developing a strong phonemic awareness, which means that they can associate sounds with abstract letters, which is an unnatural process and a challenging process for sure. So this process of the phonemic awareness development, it takes place in the temporal lobe and the gyrus region of the brain. So after students work really hard to decode words, they then need to attach meaning to the words, and that would take place and in our mental vocabulary would really support that meaning making of the words that they are working to solve. So overall, the Broca's region of the brain is also at play in this whole process. One of the things that I think Sousa really conveyed in his textbook was that there are 44 sounds in the English language, but there are only 26 letters. So that's why learning to read is such a challenging process. Children are fluent speakers when they come to the table in kindergarten and they are, entering this new stage of learning to read, but then they have to understand and associate very interesting looking letters to that whole process, which can confuse them or frustrate them easily. After they decode and can attach meaning to words, students also have to work on their fluency, which later opens the door for comprehension, and then meaning can be gained from the text as a whole. In the process of reading, our visual, our auditory senses, all of these things are at work, as well as the myelin, which connects nerves that help the whole process. And it kind of connects these different areas of the brain, many of which are involved in this challenging process of reading. So, the curriculum that I wanted to speak about today is written by Lucy Calkins, who I mentioned, as well as Shannon Swartz. The thing that I think is really strong about Teachers College and the Reading Workshop is that students are able to read at their independent reading level. Most students will be able to read 96% of the words that are on the page during an independent reading session. So which means they can decode them, they can then make sense of them, and hopefully continue to work at their reading fluency. Above the level J, a student should be reading the text fluently. The gyrus regions and the Broca's regions are at work as they are reading and reaching fluency, and also students are working to build those comprehension skills, which definitely kind of takes a role of importance at the second grade level. Another thing that I admire about the Teachers College and how it coincides with these processes of how the brain learns to read is that students are given lots of word-solving strategies as they learn through our mini lessons. One of my favorites is, does the word sound right? Does it look right? And does it make sense? Does it sound right, meaning as it's coming out of my mouth, does it sound like a natural word that I can associate with my mental vocabulary? Does it look right? As I'm checking these letters that are in the word, do they match what I'm saying? And does it make sense? How does this word fare in the context of the sentence? So I think students are calling on their visual, auditory, and mental vocabulary as they do this. Another really strong aspect of the Teachers College curriculum are the think alouds that teachers do. So as I'm reading a text aloud to students, I'm giving them the language that they need to comprehend. I might say something like, I'm noticing that a character changed in this scene. At first, the character Sergio was really jealous of his friend, and now he's feeling more sure of himself. So I'll give students language to grow ideas and to comprehend texts through my think alouds, which I learned from this curriculum. Finally, I would like to talk about the fluency support that's embedded in the curriculum, which calls on the left side of the brain, the language. One of the things that we do is teach students to read in longer phrases, scooping up snap words. So words like the, a, of, words that they know automatically, they should try and scoop together. And we do lots of whole class reading where the finger kind of scoops underneath a series of words and students are able to use their visual, use their auditory processes to know how it should sound when it's read out loud. Overall, I think that the Reader's Workshop is really strong because it's not a passive reading experience, it's a very active one. It supports language and word solving and comprehension strategies especially. One thing that I think it's lacking at the second grade level is that there's not much sound work involved. One lesson included teaching about 5 different vowel teams, and I just felt that that was not enough time spent on very important sound work. Thank you so much for listening and have a great day.